They say the sea never forgets. Every ship that sank, every soul that vanished, the ocean keeps them close. I was there, the night the island appeared out of the fog. The night we met, the Black Medusa. Ah, but I'm getting ahead of myself. My name's Captain Timothy Hook, 67 years old, once the youngest cabin boy aboard the Sea Fang. What you're about to hear is the story of how I lived through the curse that swallowed my captain, my friends, and almost my soul. This is the story of the curse of the Black Medusa. A wild storm raged above the Caribbean Sea. Lightning tore across the sky, and the waves rose like mountains. The pirate ship Sea Fang fought to stay afloat. "Everyone to your stations," shouted Captain Flintscar, a tall, bearded man with a gold tooth and eyes as cold as steel. "If anyone falls overboard, I'm not swimming after you." The crew cursed as they pulled the sails and bailed water from the hold. Suddenly, Timmy Hook, a skinny 15-year-old cabin boy, saw something crash loose near the mast. From beneath the deck planks, a burned-looking chest slid out. After the storm passed, Flint opened the chest. Inside was an old bottle, and in it, a rolled-up map. "This," Flint ran his finger along the yellowed parchment. "It's the island of Black Medusa. They say Captain Raven's treasure is buried there. But no one who steps on that shore ever comes back." "Maybe we shouldn't go," muttered the helmsman, Billy Ropes. "Ha," Flint laughed. "I've never met a curse that wasn't afraid of gunpowder." And the Sea Fang set course westward. Chapter 2. The Ghost Island. 3 days later, as the sun sank low, a dark silhouette appeared ahead. "Land ho!" cried the lookout. Through the mist, they could see jagged cliffs and wind-bent palms. The sand was dark, like ashes. When the crew landed, everything was eerily silent. No birds, no rustling leaves, only the whisper of waves. On the sand, Timmy found a strange seashell. When he held it to his ear, he heard a voice inside. "Turn back, while you still can." Timmy paled, but Flint just laughed. Just the wind howling. Forward. They followed the map deep into the jungle. The air grew heavier, the trees thicker. Suddenly, a black snake dropped from a branch. A sailor named Higgins slashed it with his sword, and it crumbled into ash. "Well, there's your curse," someone muttered. "Even the snakes here are dead." Chapter 3. The Cave of Medusa. By evening, they found the cave entrance. Over the arch was carved the face of a woman with hair made of stones and shells, the Black Medusa herself. "Inside," ordered Flint. The cave smelled of salt and death. The walls glistened with moisture, glowing faintly from phosphorescent mushrooms. At its center stood a stone sarcophagus. On its lid, carved words read, "He who takes my gold shall become the stone of the sea." "Women's tales," Flint growled and lifted the lid. Inside lay a skull wearing a coral crown, and a chest overflowing with gold, pearls, and rubies. "Treasure!" shouted the pirates. But the moment they touched the coins, the floor trembled. From the darkness rose the glowing shape of a woman, a spirit with eyes burning green. "You've awakened Medusa," whispered someone. She raised her hand, and 3 pirates froze instantly, turning to stone. "Back!" yelled Timmy. "Captain, drop the gold!" But Flint ignored him. He grabbed a handful of coins and stuffed them into his vest. "No one leaves without loot." The cave began to collapse. Chapter 4. The Escape. Timmy woke up on the shore, waves lapping at his boots. Behind him, the cave had caved in. Only 3 had survived: Timmy, old Billy, and the boatswain Kirk. Flint was nowhere to be seen. "He stayed in there," Timmy whispered. "Medusa took him." That night, as they built a small fire, they heard rustling in the jungle. Out of the shadows stepped Captain Flint. He looked alive, but his skin shimmered gray, like stone. "Captain!" cried Billy. Flint smirked. "I took the gold, but I paid the price. Soon I'll belong to the island." He handed Timmy a small pouch. Inside was the map. "Take it, hide it from the curse. When the moon rises, the island will vanish." And then Flint slowly turned to stone. The wind carried his ashes across the sand. Chapter 5. The return. The survivors hurried back to the Sea Fang. When dawn came, the island of Black Medusa had disappeared into the mist, as if it had never existed. Timmy looked at the map. It was now blank, pure white. Months passed. Timmy became a captain himself. His ship was called the Silver Fang. Sometimes during storms, he swore he could hear Flint's voice in the wind. "It's not gold that makes a pirate. It's the freedom of the sea." And Timmy would smile, staring at the horizon. But in his cabin, locked deep inside a chest, there still lay that old seashell, whispering softly at night. "The curse of Medusa never sleeps."